Cheers. My good morning. Welcome to Evolution, episode 486. Happy Thursday. What's super smart tip? Thank you. Proud of you for the easiest. So I wanted the least amount of videos in the playlist. So that was the Goodwill find. So those three videos are in a playlist. I didn't figure out. I didn't spend too much time on it. I just wanted to get one, just so I had one under my belt. But Hobby Evolution, now 486 videos. It may be very time consuming if I have to put each videos in one by one. So if anybody knows how to do playlists on YouTube, is there like a bulk edit function? Because I don't want I don't want to, and I'm not going to put 486 videos in a playlist one by one for Hobby Evolution. Nostalgia Break's still pretty, only four videos, I think. So that'll be my next playlist, and then Hobby Evolution eventually. I'll create a play if I can figure out like a bulk add function. What's up, Jenny? Good morning. So yeah, I created that. I can through the Goodwill Collection was basically what I was doing. I was bringing boxes in, tubs in, and just kind of flipping through. And if I saw potential in a box, I would go through it a little more closely. So I continue to do that. But a lot of the boxes, it's like I kind of flip through and it's like junk wax, a bunch of 91 Fleer, a bunch of 90 Donruss. So that's going to kind of go to the back as I, get through this other stuff. So I've got a few boxes left in my car. Most of them are like 80 tops. So I'll bring those eventually in. But I found one box where it was basically like an Amazon box of football cards. And on the top was like 90 score, but then like, they kind of got scattered around, and I saw some like newer football, and I'm like, oh, hey, this is cool. Not only was it newer, it was like the entire box, like thousands of 2020 football, Prism, Rookies and Stars, Playoff, Prestige, all that stuff. So I went through the whole box. I pulled like 4 or 5 Joe Burrows, including 2 or 3 rookies. Now they're the lower end rookies, but Joe Burrow rookies nonetheless. A couple Justin Herbert rookies. What else was there? There was a Tom Brady yellow press proof, a Patrick Mahomes yellow press proof, and a Trevon Diggs rookie yellow press proof. There was a stack of yellow press proofs. There was a stack of Prism color. So in that one box, and the stars weren't pulled, like Brady, Mahomes, like all those guys were in there, and a ton of rookies. Now, a lot of the rookies are, the second tier. Surprisingly, there was only like one Gabriel Davis rookie in there. So it's like, so I don't know if that's just how things went, but it just kind of, like when I go through my own quarter boxes, like I pulled 8 Gabriel Davis rookies out of quarter boxes. So I'm surprised there was only one in this box, but there were a couple Justin Herbert rookies. So it's like some of them were picked, but some not. So I found that intriguing. Last night, so I got everything in yesterday. So then last night, I started actually like going through each box so I can put them away, pulling Cubs, pulling stars that I'll list in my eBay store. I went through a box that I had seen that I'd flipped through, but it's like there's nothing in 98 Bowman and something else. So I'm going through the 98 Bowman, and 98 Bowman actually had cards of including David Ortiz. There's a David Ortiz rookie in 98 Bowman, which news to me. I didn't realize Ortiz had a rookie in 98 Bowman. It says rookie card on the front of the card. So it's like a $10-15 card. So that was a nice surprise last night. So still finding some gems, and also in one of the junk boxes, I found a bunch of, like, not a bunch, but a dozen or so like 60s and 70s cards. So I found that very cool. Jenny says, I've begun the Major Twins reconstruction. Step one, sorting by brand. Next, I'll sort by year. What have I got myself into? A whole lot of trouble is what you got yourself into. That's I've been there. I've been there. Got to do something while it's negative 22 outside for weeks. Yeah. So it's 2 degrees here, but hey, I'll take 2 degrees cold over what Central Illinois got. A bunch of my friends posted pictures. Central Illinois, some areas 18 inches of snow yesterday, snowed in. So I'm glad I'm not there. We had zero snow up here, and I don't think we're supposed to get any at least for the next several days. So I'm cool with that. Some don't pull stars because they just open for autos and relics, and that's what I thought. Like it's probably a breaker that didn't want to deal with the base, so it's like all this stuff. And if it's not like if it's like the Prism color, as long as it's not like a rookie or a big name, it's going to go in the box as well. Because the Prism colors were mainly just commons. There wasn't any big name stars, but the press proofs, the Brady, sells for good money. The Mahomes sells for good money. Jenny, I will take 2 feet of snow over negative 22. I'd rather have the cold. I'd rather have the cold. I would sure like any Hester cards you find in that football. Sounds good. I am pulling Brett wants Bears. We did, and actually I didn't have enough Bears cards at the National, so I'm just like, I'll just buy the Cubs because I don't have enough for trade. So I am pulling Bears for a bulk trade with Brett. So I'll set aside any Hesters. The weird thing about this, there's not much football in. So when was Hester's rookie was early 2000s. So there hasn't been like early 2000s. Like there's a ton of 80s and 90s. We all know that. And then there's like newer stuff. And I got lucky with the 2011s with the Trout. And then there's even some current like the box of 2020 football. But there's not a lot of like early to like the football. It's weird. The football, it's like there was actually a box with a lot of 80s football. Like and then into the 90s, and then like 97 it stops. And then there's no football in 2008. So there's like a decade, like basically 98 to no football. Which I was hoping it's like, then you get the Trout rookie in there, and it's like, okay, there's a chance. Tom Brady, 2001, but there wasn't any really much football from that era, from the early 2000s. So if it was a breaker, I feel bad for the people that bought the teams and didn't get all the cards. That's why I always, when I break, all card ship must be in the listing. I don't break with, I don't participate in any breaks where only the colors and stuff like that ships. All cards ship. Found a binder of 84 tops at my parents. I forgot I had. I think it's complete. Haven't verified yet. I think there's some value in some of those cards. Yeah, 84 is a good set. Mattingly rookie is in there. Who else is in 84? I think he's the biggest. Was Kirby, or is Kirby 85? I think Kirby Puckett's rookie is 85. 84 has Strawberry. No, he's in traded in 84. So I know Mattingly's a rookie in 84. So let's talk about QR codes. So last night, as I'm going, good morning, Herman. All cards should ship. I agree. So last night I'm going through all these cards, and I'm like, I hate the morbid thoughts. Like some people are like and I hear it come up like often, the kind of like the morbidity of our cards. And I don't want to think like that. I don't want to think like that. Like that's just me. That's how I think. And but I thought about it last night. Like it's like, man, if my wife had, like, she would have no idea. And like I don't even have much of an idea on some of the stuff I have. Like my Cubs collection, you would think like it's all nice and sorted and everything's in a place. It's not. It's like, you could open up that box right there that I'm pointing at, and there might be a tobacco card. There might be a slab T206 in there. because I just have random stuff in random boxes. Um, and it's like, what if she like all of a sudden had to deal with all of this stuff? She would probably just like say, "Hey, here's the price, come and get it." Um, so I thought like there's got to be a way, and I have a lot of friends with, it's like the common theme, the common thread of annoyances when it comes to setting up as a dealer at card shows is pricing. And I think that's kind of our number one annoyance as buyers is when we go to a table and it's not priced. So pricing, and it's like, but stuff changes, like especially this ultra modern, the market changes by day. Somebody could go off for a game and the prices jump a little bit. So it I thought a way for like my like say, okay, this box is these are the good cards. Um, but how would she know? And it's like, well, you can look on the back. Okay, this was my prototype, John Hanna's rookie card, 74 tops football. Okay, you can look on the back, but somebody that doesn't have any idea on cards, they wouldn't really know how to look. Not only would they not know like what I don't know what this is. Like it would be like Pokemon card. Like what do I do with this? I don't know what this is. Um so they would like, okay, I don't know. And then step two is like, well, where do I even go to find a price? And I know there's a lot of different websites and comps. eBay sold listings kind of my especially with what I'm not dealing with EA. So it's like how can you comp? How can you find this stuff? And along with that, not just with a loved one having to deal with cards, but just like for comping purposes. So say I'm and this is not like this isn't even going to benefit, like this idea doesn't really benefit me. So I'm hoping it benefits somebody out there. If I can just help one person with this idea, and it's like I'm sure it's been done before, because I like have no tech knowledge whatsoever. So if I can do it, anybody can do it. And I'm using it's not like I can like copyright this this idea and like make because I'm using somebody else's app. I'm using somebody else eBay's data. So this is just for my own good. So I'm going to spread, try to help other people out. So I created a QR code. And I thought like as I'm thinking, it's like, man, wouldn't it be cool if cards like if there was a slab, like when PSA slabbed a card, if there was like a chip or a QR code, and it goes straight to like and I thought, well, shoot, you could do that with just a top loader or a card saver or a one touch. Just create a QR code, and I'm like, I'm gonna try this out. So my prototype. So I got the idea. I went to the couch and started, looking up QR code creators. Um, I had the John Hanna, so I'm like, I'm gonna try this out. Now this is just like immediate. Like I'm not gonna I'm not gonna do all QR codes that are like this size that take up the entire because you want to have. Plus, I would use a different label because this one's sticky. So you'd have to use a different sticker to print them off. So I think QR Bot is the app that I use to create the QR code. What I used was I just went to eBay and I went to sold listings. Now I went to on the desktop version. I went to sold listings, typed in 1974 tops John Hanna, and the sold listings come up. So then it's like, okay, well, I'm gonna make sure because initially what website did I use? And it didn't point first. But 130 point doesn't give you the link to the exact search criteria. It only gave me and I guess I did that on my phone, so it might do it on the desktop version, but it gave me just the generic like 130point.com/sales. So it took you to the search, but then you would have to take that extra step of typing in 1974 tops John Hanna. And again, if it's somebody that has no knowledge on cards, how do I even know what to type in that search bar? So I want it just boom, flash it, takes you right to this is what it is. Uncle Rich, what's up, Diego? Good morning to you. So I went to the eBay sold listings, 1974 tops, John Hanna. My main concern, and somebody actually brought it up. I tweeted this out last night. Somebody brought it up, and it's like, well, typically it's only 90 days. What if my wife in 10 years, wants to look it up if it's a static link from 10 years ago? So that was my concern. But when I tested it out, it's like, well, you can alter if it is a static link, you can alter the search criteria, which, in a year, that is again, that's an annoyance. So I checked it this morning and a new sold price popped since I created this QR code last night. So the link is real time. So, in 6 months, and who knows, things can change. It's eBay. It's not like it's your creation. So if eBay's, link or whatever changes, it's it may change. But right now it's gonna work. So you just take your camera, you flash the QR code, boom, 1974 tops John Hanna pops up, and here's, you get your comp. So I think this would be a benefit if you're setting up, if you have slabs and you can, create a smaller QR code. You don't have to print like this. I have to change the settings on the QR code. If it's in a or a top loader, maybe put it in one of these team bags. Put the QR code on the back of the team bag, so that way it's not on the. Somebody wants to, okay, I want to see the John Hanna. Well, what's the back look like? Well, the back's a QR code, and you don't want to take it out. Sit in the team bag. You put the QR code on the back of the team bag. Okay, I want to see the card, and then you take it out, and okay, here it is, and you can see the front and the back. So I think that would be a big help for some sellers. Now, I don't sell, like, I'm in dollar boxes and quarter boxes at my table, but I do have some of those basketball slabs. I only sold like 4 or 5 at the show, so I may try that out and just put a QR code on the back, and if I still have them in 6 months, a year, maybe somebody, the prices go up from $7 to $15 or whatever. So that was my idea. I think it could be beneficial. Rich feels like he's in my world. Snow, ice, sleet. We've just got cold. We don't have any of the other stuff. We have cold, temps in the 20s, in Texas. Cold in Texas. So that's about all I had for today. I just wanted to give you an update on my search through the Goodwill cards, the QR code idea, and that's about it. No card shows for me this weekend. There's a show in Oak Creek, Wisconsin at the Salvation Army. I'm gonna skip it out because my rec room is still full. I'm juggling. I'm going from shipping to sorting to shipping to sorting to shipping to sorting all day and all night. So I'm under 10,000 listings on eBay because I've only listed like 25 items this week just because I'm buried with this Goodwill stuff. So my numbers are down. Yesterday I had one of my worst sales days. Actually, I think I had less sales yesterday than I did on like Christmas Day, which was a really bad day, which really sucks because yesterday is managed payments postage day. Once a week, eBay takes out all the managed or all the standard envelope postage. So I see my account go boop, 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 and my sales were down. So my sales have been really down this week. I think it's just all the timing because I haven't been listing as much, and then B, the 30-day window is there's probably just not much closing in these past few days. Low roller scratcher, good morning to you. You can do slabs 5 for $30 section like your dollar box. That's what I do. So I have about I had 30 slabs and I was selling them for like $20 a slab. Now I just want to get rid of them. I was looking at comps and I was overpriced, and I saw a lot of people like checking the comps. I put them at $10 a slab. $10 a slab. My last show on Saturday, I sold 4 or 5. Um, so I still have about 20 left. Sold a couple on eBay, so I have about 20 left. And they're all $10 a slab, and they're lesser. They're all Prism rookies, but there are players like Matisse Thybulle, Grant Williams, Jaden McDaniels, players like that. There are a couple DeAndre Hunters, which I'm surprised have not moved at $10 a slab. And I think they're all nines. I had a 10 that sold. I had a couple 9.5s. I think those sold, but I think the lowest grade, I had 1 or 2 8.5s. And I think one of the 8.5s was RJ Barrett. It did sell. Rich is stuck with the ice home for 2 days. Show for Herman. Texas don't have any way to treat the ice like we do. Matisse is a really good defensive player. Unfortunately, people don't buy on defense. People don't like defense. So he is ranked by 538 in the top 3. Wow, that's impressive. I have like 7 Thybulle slabs. John, what's up? With the QR code on eBay sales, does it give you actual sold price on best offer accepted? No. It's certainly something to check out. It does not. You would have to go through, I think the only place is 130 point. And let's just do a quick. So I think on 130 point last night, I only checked 130point.com. I think I was only on my phone. So if I go to the desktop version, I might be able to get the actual link to work. You can probably figure out how to do the search. Okay, my computer's frozen. So I'm on the one still live. I don't know if I'm frozen or not. 130 point does have it, but I don't know if I can get the link to the exact listing. Because when I created a link from their site last night, it was a generic, it just went to the sales page. So the link still reads 130point.com/Hannah. And it did not work. So I don't think that's an option. You can look at sold best offer accepted sold on 130 point. Yeah, my connection's really bad this morning. But I don't think the link will work. Let's see. Did you find Kobe Bryant rookie cards in Goodwill? No, I did not. What's the biggest card? That was the Mike Trout rookie. I think COVID has really made people think about the what if and how would a loved one handle the collection or where to start. I think you're right there. John says that was my concern. I use 130 point, but if you can't direct the QR to it, then it can be challenging. Hello from the UK. Awesome. So you can look at the best offer accepted on 130 point, but it's in like a hidden window. It happens the most when you're navigating the web at the same time. Yeah, I kind of was wondering if that was the cause. So if there's a way to like go into the like back end of a link, I don't know. I don't know if that's something that can or can't be done. But if it can be done, that's a way to get around that. But yeah, at this point, from just what I'm seeing, it's just the 130 point sales is not going to be specific to the card listed. It's just going to take you to the generic search page. So, but if it's, with eBay sold, if it's, a more common item, if it's like a low numbered serial number card, like an of 10 or even a 25 or 50, it's going to be a little difficult, especially if there's a bunch of best offers accepted. But if it's just first Bowman Chrome, say it's a highly populated card, you're going to get a good enough idea on comps through eBay sold. You're going to get a few best offers accepted, but you're going to get an idea because a lot of them have been sold at the listed price. So you're going to get a good idea on comps. You can do mystery packs. I hate mystery packs. Not going to do any mystery packs. Nope. Haven't thought about that. I hate mystery packs. I don't I don't like them as a seller. I don't like them as a buyer. Not even going to consider that. What's your February goal for active listings by the end of the month? And did you make Goodwill bulk goals or still? I'm still I'm still figuring it out. I haven't even unloaded my car yet, so there's still some boxes left in my car. I've got to get through. I don't even know what I'm dealing with as a whole yet. Um, Woodman's and mystery packs not happening. Not happening. Not doing Woodman's, not doing mystery packs. So I've got to get all my stuff once I've put together. So as I'm sorting this out, I'm pulling, cards that I'm going to list on eBay, pulling Cubs, and I've got a 4-row box for each, and load them up. And the higher dollar, like the David Ortiz rookie that I found last night, I know that's going to be a higher dollar card, so I'm going to put that in like a separate pile. The higher dollar cards. I found a Jordan insert that sells for about $40. It was in it was stuffed, so it was one of those like trapper keeper, like it was almost like one of those big CD books, CDs in one of those big bulky things. And so there were pages. It was a binder, so there were pages inside, but then the front had a pouch, and it was like literally with cards. So I just pulled them all out, and I'm like, I'm just gonna throw these all away because I almost just picked up the whole pile and dumped it in a box going to the trash. But I'm like, maybe, like, hey, if there's a Trout rookie or a Kobe rookie or a Tom Brady rookie, even if it's beat crap, it's still gonna bring a few bucks. So I started going through it, and there was a Jordan insert from the 90s, fortunately in a top loader. And I looked up, I'm like, this might be worth something. And comps are like 25 to $40 on the old. And then there was another Jordan that's $5 or $10 card, 14 in a top loader. There were a couple autographs, like Panini Contenders autographs, and it's like some of these cards are just beat to crap, and they're from like 2018. It's like, how can a 2018 card already be this destroyed? But I don't have kids, so I guess if you have kids, that can happen. So I'm glad I went through that. How much money you make in your last card show? Enough. I found my Ortiz. I made enough. I found my Ortiz rookies last night in one of my random Twins binders. I wouldn't ask that. That's like asking how much someone's salary is. Why you throw the cards away? Because you can't sell them. They're just beat to hell. Like some of them literally were cut, like torn in half and then taped with Scotch tape. Like that's how beat up they were. Like just corners beat to hell. They're going to the trash. Not the trash, the recycle bin. They're going to be recycled, so they'll be recycled into something new in the future. So that's why they're getting tossed. And I'm probably ending up. There's probably going to be several thousand that hit the recycle bin because they're just that beat up. And that's kind of been the fun part of going through this, because you think and you're like, oh, it's Goodwill, it's going to be a bunch of 91 Fleer, and then you start going in. Well, there's a Trout rookie, there's a Ortiz rookie, there's a couple Jordan, there's a stack of Jordans I've built, a couple David Robinson rookies, the Star Wars cards from the 70s. You're digging through, and it's all of a sudden you find a pocket of not all beat to crap, and then I'll pull a binder out, and it's just like nasty, and just beat to crap. So I've had to recycle a ton too because of smell from basements. Yeah, and some of the cards are just curved. Like I should have brought one in to show like how curved, like 90 tops especially. There's a couple boxes of 90 tops where it's just curved like that, like an arch. So yeah. So going back to Jenny, your question, I'm not going to really put anything together as far as goals for this until I get everything, organized and cleaned up. So February, and again, I'm just still, I'm treading water. I'm trying to stay afloat um with all of this stuff, and just juggling the shipping on current sales, and just trying to go through all this stuff. Um so yeah, so I haven't really decided. I may like take a break away from the basement today, go upstairs and list, because I'm down to like 9,900 active listings, and I want to keep that above 10,000, just a peace of mind for me, because as that number goes down, which is great, that means I'm making sales. But at the same time, it's like I'm not gonna scale up if I don't add more inventory. So that, the more sales um, leads to less inventory, being leads to less sales. So my big purchase this morning was a hobby box. Oh, that's like next on my. I have a few non-sports packs that I've targeted. Simpsons is one. The original Simpsons cards from like 1990 tops. What box did you get? Because there's a lot of like iterations of Simpsons cards, which at some point maybe I'll just go shopping for a bunch of them. Um, Add up them basketball parallels you found in Goodwill. Um, so Simpsons, there's an eBay store. This guy has tons of non-sports cards. So I have like 50 of them in my watch list. But I don't want to buy any more until I get through some of these nostalgia breaks, which by the way, we voted on Spider-Man 2. Um, I'll probably do the next nostalgia break video this weekend. 2002 Simpsons. Okay. Um, so I'd like to, maybe I'll do like a Simpsons, like a big Simpsons break of the various, because they had 90 tops. They had Skybox in like 94, and then your 2002. So there's several iterations of Simpsons. The 1990 hobby box, like 150, yeah, because the packs are like five. Like, I think the cheapest pack I found was like $3 or $4. I also have a ton of that year, but singles. That's like my jam. I was a huge Simpsons fan back in the day. Um, so so yeah, next nostalgia break this weekend. Should I keep the box sealed till April and we can break? That would be fun. That would be fun at the April card show, Madison card show. Speaking of card shows, just a couple plugs. This Saturday, check out Tony's show over in Oak Creek, Wisconsin, at the Salvation Army. I'm not going to make it to this one, but it's a great show. I think he has over 100. Um, Next Saturday, so a week from Saturday, next Saturday is the Rockford show at the Rock Church. I'll be set up with my dollar boxes, and I'll probably bring some quarter boxes as well. That's in Rockford next Saturday, and then the next Madison card show, February 26th. That's Saturday, February 26th, for the next Madison show at the Sheraton, and I'm nearly sold out. Most of the regulars are going to be back. So a near sellout already, um, a month away. So that's great. A great problem to have. That's all for today. Thanks so much for tuning in. Great chat. Um, have a wonderful Thursday. Back at it tomorrow. Stay tuned. Follow my Twitter. I'm gonna go do some scoring, and maybe find some more good stuff in the Goodwill boxes. So have a good one, and we'll chat tomorrow.